Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Metal video. So in this video we are just going to cover which super attacks we can currently farm from the events that popped up for the anniversary. We're also going to quickly cover the events briefly, just so everyone can have an idea of what they want to farm and where to farm it from. So the first event is Leave It to Us Little Rangers. This event doesn't have a farmable SA attached to it, but you should definitely get this free-to-play unit. It's not that they're great right now, but you should always get every free-to-play unit that has its own orbs. They'll probably get an easy A in future. The next event we have is the Mystical Girls, or the Spread Love Magical Girl Fighters event. There are 3 free-to-play units that you can get from this event who all have a easy A area and are very powerful and good for the Pepe Girls SBR and ESBR. The Ribrianne is very good, but unfortunately she cannot be used to raise the SA of other Ribrianne cards due to the fact that she is called Super Ribrianne, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's one of those things, I guess. Sometimes Dokkan doesn't like to gift us farming cards because obviously that saves us Kais. The next event we have is Proud Justice Pride Troopers. This event doesn't have a farmable card, but Casserelle is a great support for a Universe 11 build team. He's a good free-to-play card and I suggest picking him up. The event Battle of the Gods, which is obviously based on the movie, is actually a very good event, and it has 2 farmable cards from it. The SR Goku can be awakened or Z-awakened into an SSR Goku for a 50% chance at Super Saiyan Gokus, and the God Goku that you Dokkan awaken him into can also be used as a 50% chance or a 100% chance at UR level, and then if you Dokkan awaken him further, you will actually have a 100% chance at a Super Saiyan Goku. I would suggest using the 50% chance just by Z-awakening him, as it will save you a lot of resources. I also suggest using the God Goku. He is one of the few God Gokus in the game. He's the only God Goku you can farm. So you'll see on the screen right now that there's a couple Gokus I'm highlighting for you. Pretty much any Super Saiyan Goku is going to be very good. The Namek Goku is one of them, but there are a lot of Super Saiyan Gokus. The AGL LR as well was obviously one of the ones that you should definitely look into doing. And then we have quite a few God Gokus that are popping up. God Gokus, obviously, you should definitely do as well. It's not too much of a grind to get the unit to a God Goku state. And it's a pretty neat looking card actually. Obviously the big one is the Strength LR. He is probably the biggest one in terms of who you want to farm, but there are plenty of God Gokus who are probably going to get easy A's down the line, or further awakenings. Pretty much all of them. The Strength Goku, this AGL one, there's an Int one as well. There are so many God Gokus. The physical one, the Int one, there are so many God Gokus. That's just the Karakin one, silly me. But there are plenty God Gokus that you should definitely awaken the SA of. So if you have the time, or if you have either of the LR, the AGL LR Super Saiyan Goku, or the Strength God Goku that turns into UI, you should definitely do that. The Zero Mortals plan, I will do a video on the LR from this event, but you should definitely grab the Zamasu. He turns into an LR. So yeah, definitely farm him up. Otherwise, the Zero Mortals plan Zamasu can be used to raise the SA of other Zamasu cards. There's not too many great Zamasu cards, but you can raise the SA obviously of the Int one, the AGL one, who's the best Zamasu by far, and the Strength Zamasu there. So pretty good overall. And definitely, a unit that you're going to want to farm if you have either of those 3 cards there. The next event is the Saiyan Trio, led by Fate. They do not currently have any farmable SAs for Broly Kid or Vegeta Kid, but you should pick up both units. They do easy A from the easy A area. The next event is Warriors of Universe 6. This actually has a couple of farmable units, the first being Hit, then Champa, then Vados. You can awaken these cards and collect them as free-to-play units, but I wouldn't put orbs in them yet. There's nothing really special about them. Hit has 3 units that you can use for his SA. The Int one, the Strength one, and the Tech one. Then of course we have Vados. Vados, the int one, is pretty much the only one that you can use this Vados for. And then we have Champa. The only Champa currently is the physical one, who becomes a Universe 6 support and a minor lead. So you can definitely utilize the Champa from the event for that one. The tech hit and the strength hit are well worth your time. And the int Vados is definitely worth your time. And I would do Champa if I have dupes in him. He is worth it, but he's good to go. Then in this event you should pick up the SS3 Gotenks and the Vegeta. Obviously the SS3 Gotenks can be used to raise the SA of 2 SS3 Gotenks cards. The physical SS3 Gotenks and the tech SS3 Gotenks are going to be the 2 cards that you can pick up with this unit. So definitely suggest that you go and do that, because both of those are worth it. The physical one just recently got his Easy A. Obviously we've covered that, and the tech one had his Easy A. He's not as powerful as he used to be, but he is still pretty damn good. Then the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie event. This event has a ton of farmable SAs from it. So we will start with the first one being Goku, obviously. But overall this event just has a nuts amount of SA you can farm from it. Any character named Goku you can farm from this event, and you can imagine that is a metric crap ton of units that you can farm SA for. There is the LR Int Goku you can do, there is the Strength Namek Goku that you can do. So right off the bat, those 3 units are already worth the SA farm. It is absolutely nuts. Then you can obviously awaken the Goku to a SSBS Goku, which is obviously very vital, because you can then raise the SA of all the blue Gokus. The strength one, you can raise the SA of the AGL transforming lead Goku as well with this card. There are so many Gokus that you can raise the SA of with this unit. The tech one and the AGL one recently got their Easy A's. So you should definitely raise the SA of those 2 units. I have covered them in videos before. They are definitely well worth the time and effort. Then we have Vegeta, similar thing. There are so many stock standard Vegeta cards. Anything with Angel or that in the title you're not going to be able to obviously raise of, but there are plenty of scouts of Vegetas. The in support one, the physical one that just got his recent Easy A as well, that are going to be worth your time. Then of course, not only that, but we have the transforming Vegeta, we have the Android Specialist Int Vegeta. There are plenty of Vegetas that will be using this. Again, also he turns into a Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta as well, which means that he can be used to raise all the SA of a ton of Vegetas. The Giant Ape Form ones as well, similar to Angel, you cannot do. The Tech Support Gallic Gun Vegeta you can raise. The Physical Resurrection F movie Vegeta you can raise, the strength one you can raise. A lot of these may not look like much in the beginning. The int one is great with his Easy A. A lot of these resurrection F ones may not look great, but they'll get Easy A's down the line, and you'll wish you had done this when you had more spare time. But yeah, plenty of Vegetas. The Tech SSBS Vegeta as well, you can pretty much raise the SA of. Then we take a look at the Frieza and the Broly. Frieza, obviously similar to Goku and Vegeta, has a crap ton of characters in the game. So you can start with pretty much any Frieza Final Form character. That's going to be kind of your starting point. There's not too many of them that are great. Some of them are angels, some of them are resurrected, some of them are GT. So there is a little bit more variety with the Frieza, which makes it not so valuable. But there is the AGL Final Form Frieza, who's well worth your time. The strength one, although aged a little bit, is still quite powerful and does some really good damage, especially while link leveled. And then of course, we have a couple of the older Friezas that we can do. More importantly though, he turns into a golden Frieza, which is very vital because there are quite a few top quality golden Friezas. There are no Angel golden Friezas we can raise with this one, but there is the Int golden Frieza, the Tech golden Frieza, and the AGL golden Frieza, which are all well worth your time because all 3 of them have great Easy A's. The Int one's a great support, the Tech one's a fantastic tank, and the AGL one is probably one of the best tanks in the game. Broly can be used for a lot of Broly cards, which is very, very good. He turns into a Super Saiyan Broly, not a legendary Super Saiyan Broly, so that also makes him doubly as useful. The first card that you can use him for is the LR Broly. Obviously, they're literally the exact same Broly, so it's pretty good. All of these cards, by the way, start as SSRs, which means they're all 50% right off the bat at baseline, and once you awaken them, they will be 50%, or they will be 100% if you take them to UR. Obviously, depending on how many resources you have will determine how much you spend your time on them, but they are still well worth your time. Me personally, I always like to gamble at the 50%. I just find it's a lot easier for me. But you can do whatever suits you, however many resources you have. There is no right or wrong answer. 100% are more guaranteed, but obviously just require more investment and less luck. But that's pretty much about it. But overall, not too bad. Gogeta is the last remaining unit. He only has a single unit that you can use him for, the LR Strength Gogeta, but that's still not a bad unit to use him for. So definitely still worth the time to go and farm. Anytime you can save 10 SA on an LR is well worth your time and investment. Then we have the Universe Survival Saga event. This event drops another couple units as well, which are also great for SA farming. There are a lot of events up and they drop a lot of good units. Fortunately, these events will be up for a while. So you don't need to worry too much about farming them all. Like in the next 6 days, these events will be up throughout the entire anniversary, so you can use them as you see fit. Basically, Android 18 and 17 drop from this event, and there are automatic 50% chances for any Android 17 and 18. Any Android 17 and 18 that has Future in the title will not count, or GT. However, every single other one, Extreme or Super type, will be able to have their SA raised. And as you can see, there are plenty of Android 17s and 18s that are going to be able to save you a ton of Kais. Especially the Strength one that recently got her Easy A. The Int one and the Strength Android 17 are all pretty damn good. I suggest raising their SA. Then we have even more farmable units, Cauliflower and Kale. So they both start as a base Cauliflower and a base Kale. You will have to awaken those to SSR to get a 50% chance at raising the SA. So that's, sorry, Cauliflower and, yeah, it is Cauliflower and Kale. You will have to raise their SA to 50%. That will allow you to get a 50% chance at the Strength Kale. Awakening her further, unfortunately, the only other valid Kale is Berserk, not Super Saiyan 2. Don't know why they did that. Vice versa, Cauliflower can be used for the Tech Cauliflower and for the AGL SS2 Cauliflower, which is a big bonus. That Cauliflower has an Easy A alongside the physical Kale, who you cannot use Kale for. Then we have Vegeta, the Indomitable Warrior. This event drops Pudding, which is great because it allows you to get a couple Kais. But also this unit awakens into a Super Saiyan 2, Vegeta and Bulma. Pretty good. The only issue with this card is you have to awaken it all the way to UR state. So even once you Dokkan awaken it, you will have to awaken it to a UR state to even get a 50% chance only for the Strength Bulma and Vegeta, which is the only other Bulma and Vegeta card in the game. So you will have to Dokkan awaken and UR awaken the AGL Bulma and Vegeta just to have a chance, a 50% chance at raising the SA of the Strength one, which is quite a tough ask, but he's a very unique unit and it's probably worth your time to do it since he's still quite powerful. He'll probably get an Easy A at some point as well. So yeah. And then here we do have a Goku that you can farm from here. Not entirely worth it. He does awaken into an Ultra Instinct sign. He will get even further awakenings during the anniversary, so farm him up now while you can. He will be able to be used as fodder, as a SA fodder type for the new LR that's coming out during the anniversary, so that is still a bonus. So keep your eyes on him and finish him up as a free-to-play unit before the anniversary starts to save yourself some time. Ultimate Gohans, there are plenty of them. Not too many great ones, barring the Tech one. However, you can obviously use him on the Strength one, the Int one, Both, well, the strength one especially will get an easy A in future, so yeah, definitely still worth your time, and I suggest doing so. Then we have Frieza. This is a Angel Frieza, so this is, you know, the reverse of what we just spoke about. This Frieza is good for the Tech Frieza. He's going to be good for the physical Frieza, the Resurrected Warriors Frieza that you can use. He also turns into a Golden Frieza Angel, which is going to be super helpful for the Int Golden Frieza Angel that is the Resurrected Warriors lead. So that Frieza gives us a couple more options to fill out our Frieza list, basically, based on all of the SA here. Then, of course, after all of that, we can finally get to the Future Trunks Saga event. So this Future Trunks Saga event is great because it drops a Future Trunks Teen, and that Future Trunks Teen turns into a Super Saiyan Future Trunks Teen. Again, you're going to have to make sure that you awaken this card to an SSR. Again, if you need any further advice on how to use cards to raise the SA of other cards, you can go to my tutorial section and watch the how to save Kai's video. That will give you a full rundown and explanation on how to utilize other cards to raise the SA of current cards. But as you can see highlighted on the screen, there are plenty of Trunks Future Teens, both base and Super Saiyan, that we can use this card to raise the SA of. It's a good option. A lot of these cards are pretty good. The Gallic Gun support, the Int one that got his Easy A, the Tech Transforming one, who's obviously one of my favorite cards in the game and still a great Future Saga lead. But overall, there's quite a few. Even the SA of the Strength Trunks in my LR can be raised using this Trunks. So feel free to go farm as many as possible. There's also a couple of the more old school Trunkses that can be raised with him. So you're just going to have to take a look at that. Sometimes they drop the Future moniker. It's not exactly clear why, but yeah. I think that is the very last event. Obviously quite a few events are out, so we covered quite a lot, but it's always good to do so. The last one is the Kaba, I believe. He is the last unit. There's only one Kaba in the game that you can raise with his SA, and that is the Strength Kaba, the Strength 50% support Kaba. But yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of the farmable super attacks. There are a couple of the stages that drop currency. That currency can get you Kais. There are currently 8 Kais, Elder Kais, which are 100% chance at SA available. It's pretty much a full unit SA'd as well, so I definitely suggest picking it up. But it's going to be the Kachan or Kachin, the Pudding, and I think the last one is the Patafu Pacifiers, basically. I will show you which events those drop from now. And yeah, we'll take a look there. But this is the Universal Survival Saga from Stage 4. You can grab the Kachin Universal Survival Saga category unit, boost that. Then we have Vegeta, the Indomitable Warrior. Pudding drops from that stage. You have to pick it up off tiles on the floor. And then we have the Secret of Planet Patafu event. It drops from stage 1, and it also drops from the final boss and from picking up off the floor. There's an Artificial Life Forms category boost on the stage. But that's going to be it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you liked the video, leave a like. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. So stay safe, cheers, and bye.